Let's start to think about what kinds of things we can do with a simple statement. There is one thing that we can do with just a single simple statement, and that is to negate it. A simple statement has an opposite. Remember, there are two truth values, true or false. The opposite of a statement is the statement that's false if the given statement is true, or true if the given statement is false. So let's consider the simple statement, it is raining outside. How would we negate that? Well, if it is raining outside is false, when you look out the window, you expect not to see rain. We would negate this by saying, it is not raining outside. We can usually negate a statement by adding the word not somewhere in the sentence. However, if we have a big, confusing, hard to parse sentence, we can do something more complicated to make it clear that we're negating the entire sentence. And the phrasing that we typically use is, it is not the case that it is raining outside. So that it is not the case that tacked on to the beginning of a sentence is understood to negate the entire rest of the sentence. Now, it is raining outside. The negation is, it is not raining outside. Be careful. These are not negations of that statement. If I say, it is snowing outside, that is not the negation of it is raining. Why? Well, maybe it isn't raining or snowing. They could both be false. If we say it is raining inside, that would be weird. That would probably mean my upstairs neighbor left their water on again. But that has nothing to do with whether it's raining outside. Right? It could be raining outside and my upstairs neighbor left their water running. And on a good day, it isn't raining outside and my upstairs neighbor operated their plumbing properly for once. So be careful when you're negating that you really are bringing in just the opposite of whatever your simple statement is. Okay, so we can symbolize a simple statement with a letter. When we do something to simple statements, we add extra symbols. And to represent the negation of a simple statement, we add this symbol, which is called a tilde. You have this symbol on your keyboard. If you have a regular PC keyboard, it's in the upper left corner right underneath the escape key. So the negation of P, which we write as tilde P, but we read that as not P. So I'm going to see this, and I'm going to say this. I see this symbol, I say not P. That is the statement that has the opposite truth value of P. And the way that we're going to show that is to write a truth table. So this column shows all possible truth values of P. And then this shows the truth values of not P computed from the truth values of P. So this is not showing all possible combinations, right? Because we can't have P true and not P also true. They're not independent of each other. Once we know the truth value of P, we can figure out the truth value of not P based on that. How do we figure it out? Whatever the truth value of P is, the truth value of not P is the opposite. Now, since we have these negations available to us, when we're defining a simple statement, we want to define a positive version of that statement. That is, we want the statement to be saying that something is true, not that something is not true. If we want to symbolize Carol is not a teacher, well, first we define our simple statement to be Carol is a teacher. And we can use the letter P to represent that. If P represents the statement Carol is a teacher, then the statement Carol is not a teacher is symbolized as not P. Okay, one last thing to mention here is that some things really do have an opposite. Sometimes you'll get a statement that really has an opposite that doesn't use the word not. But be careful that the terms really are opposites. If we define the statement P to be the store is open, then not P could be read as the store is not open, of course, but it could also be read as the store is closed. Because those are the only two possible statuses a store could have, right? A store is either open or it's closed.